I watched this really bad veteran guide today, and I just want to show you a better version of the build that doesn't change too much. This is what he recommends, and this sucks, and I'll go in depth explaining why this sucks. But this version is just straight up better. Just use this over that. You will get better numbers. You will be less of a carry. Okay, now let me explain the problems here. So, first off, this build has literally no way to deal with armor. He recommends doing this, and I can prove, by the way, that this is just like slop bad content, and he either doesn't play the build or has gaslighted himself into telling himself that it works, because he recommends doing this, shooting maulers in close range with the las gun, or for crushers, staggering them with the antax. Neither of these things work. Let me just get this out of here. Neither of these things work. I hate to be that guy, but I guess I have to be. He's talking about doing this, where you would like heavy attack and then do this. This has a cooldown. As you can see, this doesn't work if you just constantly do it. As you can see, here, let me show you it again, just so I really drive this point home. He is not doing this. And if he is doing this against like 4 crushers, I'd like to see him do it in a real match. Let me just put it that way. Because as you can see, they get quite a lot of stagger immunity after the first time you do that. Now, if you want a better alternative of this, this is the Rashid. It's literally the same combat axe, and just use thrust on it, and look. And that's on his exact same build. My build has the potential to kill him in 2 shots, but we'll get into that. So that's just an objective, like that's our first, that's literally just objectively an upgrade. You cannot argue that that's not a direct 100% upgrade. Same weapon type, same everything, just does the same thing, but faster. So objectively better. Okay, now, the next thing he recommends is going with opening salvo and shock trooper, which is garbage. He also doesn't tell you to take grenades. He tells you to shoot the horde with the las gun. Like, what the fuck? So here's the problem. Let me explain the problem with the build first. So shock trooper sucks. This is how much you're going to get out of shock trooper. Look at the magazine. Look at the ammo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. You get 5 free shots every magazine. You shoot with the 100 bullet lasgun magazines, you shoot like what? Maybe 30, if you're really tryharding, 35, 40 magazines per run? Like what the fuck? So you're getting maybe a half or 1.5 magazines of ammo back? That's terrible. Do you know off the top of your head how much ammo you get back from killing like a specialist? You get like 11 bullets back with these lasguns. So killing just 2 elites or specialists is the same ammo as shock trooper. Yes, I'm not even joking. It's that bad. Opening salvo sucks on everything that isn't a machine gun, because everything that isn't a machine gun doesn't reload enough, doesn't have large enough ammo pools to really make use of this. With las guns, are you really going to tell me that you're going to use a las gun and you're going to play it like this? You're going to like do. Okay, now I reload. Okay, now I go back. Now I reload again. The first 10% magazine. So right here, we have 108 ammo. There you go. We're out of the first 10% and we only got 1 crit. You don't even get a full 10 shots before you're out of that first bit. In fact, you only get about 4 or 5 because it takes 3 ammo per shot. So las guns have anti-synergy with this by taking more ammo per shot. And these don't combine into anything special. Now, he recommends, I'm not even joking, look at this. This is the most retarded take I've ever heard. I played enough matches with the build to know shooting into a horde doesn't waste ammo. Yeah, whatever, dude. And kills more efficiently than with melee. This actual moron is recommending that you do this. He is recommending that you actually do this to a horde right here. Wow, this is real effective, isn't it, guys? This is really effective. Please, please, God, do not do this in Maelstrom. Now, you could drop Shock Trooper, and you could drop these 2 nodes, and coincidentally pick up Demo Stockpile, which gives you a grenade every minute. So instead of doing that for your horde clear, you can just do this. Wow, that's so much fucking better, isn't it? Or you could use a power sword and just do something like this. Wow, wow, man. Shooting into the Horde with the las gun seems real fucking effective, doesn't it? Or hell, but just for the spirit of the loadout, you can use an axe with brutal momentum and do something like this. And wow, look at how fast this is killing the Horde. This is the exact same weapon class that he recommends using. And look at how much better that is. So there you go. There's a million different alternatives, including one. So again, we're just taking what he's doing and making it not garbage. You take an axe, you use brutal momentum on it. Now, you could use brutal momentum on the Antax, but if we use an Antax with the exact same setup as I have on the Rashid, you can see that it still sucks at dealing with crushers. It just deals less damage than the Rashid, because the Antax's specialty, and I don't know why you would ever use the Antax on this kind of build, because look, this thing's specialty is M1. Look, its M1 can just fucking decimate enemies. The M1 is good, the heavy attack sucks. The Rashid is the other way around. The Rashid's heavy attack is godlike, but its M1 kinda sucks. See how much better this fucking heavy attack is? And it's just like, this heavy attack is so much better, especially against armor. And that's the thing. You're using a las gun. Why would you ever melee these guys when you can kill them in like one shot with a las gun on this kind of a build? Especially when you're using Marksman's the Executioner Stance Ultimate. Your big problem is armor. The Rashid specializes at dealing with armor. The Antax doesn't. It's literally just like you have never thought about this for a very long time. Okay, now, let's talk about some other big issues with the build. He doesn't take Deadshot. Deadshot is kind of mandatory. So, first off, Deadshot with Stamina Curios is kind of mandatory for these las guns, because your crit rate is terrible without it. So, as you see, even if you're going to shoot these guys, which, by the way, look at how awful that is. 700 DPS? Do you know what a meta build is doing? A meta build is doing shit like this to these guys. Wow, look at that. 1800 DPS literally kills him in half a second. Or, I'm sorry, a second and a half. 1.5 second kill time versus like 3 second kill time on his build. So, you know, this is already like kind of a fun RP build at best. But anyway, so other problems with this. Not taking Deadshot is practically a crime. Especially when you can take Duck and Dive plus a Stamina Curio and have effectively unlimited stamina. And the reason why this matters at all is because this weapon with crits is really good. If I put Maniac damage on this, it'll just one-shot these guys. Especially with Focus Target and Executioner Stance. So look, you can get to the point where you're pretty damn consistently just killing everything. And if you're worried about the stamina management, look at how fast your stamina comes back with Stamina Curios. So you just do a little bit, you kill the things that are a problem. Look at 1700 on one Rager. You can just put Maniac damage on, chain one-shot kill Ragers. It's a little ridiculous. What else? What else does he do that's like just absurdly dumb? Oh, he also takes Counterfire. Don't do that. If you're really gonna go that route, you could honestly just put a blessing on the weapon for anti-suppression. I wouldn't spend a talent point on it. Because this las gun, most people run Headhunter and Deadly Accurate or Infernus. I don't recommend using Infernus. I recommend just using the Rashid and killing Crushers that way. But you could totally drop Headhunter for something like Between the Eyes. And you could do something like this, especially when you're using Deadshot. Had to make sure I had Deadshot there. And now you get just a single weak spot kill. You've got suppression immunity now. Also, another thing to consider, that's overkill, because with this, when this is active, you gain suppression immunity, which is another thing I want to talk about. He recommends spending your talent points in Determined. Why? If you do this, you're stupid. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You know, fucking hey Jamie, throw up the picture of Kazuya Electric Wind godfisting someone saying I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You're fucking a retarded idiot if you do this. If you take this and this, you suck, you're bad, get off Maelstrom. Period. End of discussion. Because you can't be suppressed while you're in Executioner Stance. So if you're taking a node that gives you suppression immunity, while you're taking a spammable ultimate that gives you suppression immunity, again, like, why would he recommend this? If he actually played this build a lot, he would know that this counteracts this, and this is a waste of talent. So he's effectively wasting 3 talent points just flat out before you get into, like, any other logical inconsistencies. Also, taking duck and dive with stamina curios makes Deadshot even less of a problem than you might think it is, and Deadshot with sway reduction plus the suppression immunity from Executioner's stance, your reticle is 100% solid. I just don't understand this build. And by the way, I know this guy has no idea what he's talking about because he leaves comments like this. Someone correctly asked, why no Deadshot? And he said, where is it? I don't think I've ever gone with stamina curios on Veteran. It has the worst stamina management in the game. It is the slowest stamina regen, it is the longest base stamina delay, and it has the lowest initial stamina. It is the worst stamina class in the game. So the fact that he's never run anything for stamina before, that means that he just ignores stamina as a mechanic. He doesn't know what it does, he doesn't know why it's valuable, but he's gonna make a build guide and tell you what you should be doing. Yeah, okay. This is slop garbage content. I'm sorry, but that's what it is. This is, he calls it the Cadian Shock Trooper build. Just so he can put like Cadia and Cadian and Lasgun and shit in the keywords of the video and the metadata, like the tags, so that when someone Googles like Darktide, Cadia for like the cosmetics or whatever, his video shows up in the search engine and he can get a click. Actual good content will never be super highly viewed. Always be skeptical of content creators who name their builds things. Think about someone like me, or like Telepots, or Chocub, or even like Dot. Whenever someone who's like reputable, like there is video gameplay of them playing at like solo or duo level in like Maelstrom, have you noticed how none of us ever go like, this is the Reaver of Death, the Space Marine build. So you pick the bolt gun and this is how you put the team on your back. Because that's slop. It's bad content. All the best build videos are going to be pretty matter of fact. They're going to be like, here's what you do. Here's why you do it. Here's a couple alternatives. Go have fun. All the bad videos are going to be like Real Asian Robot cringe, where it's like, here's the edgy build name related to Warhammer lore. So I can put that in the tags on the video. So it's better search engine optimization. And here's me sucking it up in Maelstrom. Not even using the scoreboard mod because that's toxic. When in reality, if I actually used it and showed you my score at the end of the match, you would see that I got carried.